Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, an actual play podcast. Every episode microplot is a complete adventure with a beginning and an end that fits into the overarching macroplot of the whole season. Because they stand sturdily on their own, you can listen to these adventures in any order and can skip any you don't enjoy.
Today, we are playing using the combat mechanics from a game called Action 12 Cinema. It's our first time playing, so we might make some mistakes. Might make a lot of mistakes. If you enjoy these mechanics, you can find Action 12 Cinema on the rpgacademy.com/action-12-cinema/. Build your own Action 12 Cinema character and play a game with friends. Today, we are joined by Marty Flame. That's me. Yeah, I'm Marty. I am the anthropomorphic personification of summer. Well, one of them. I'm more of like the chill side of summer. Think like the lackadaisical day at the beach. Yeah, kind of surfer bro, red hair, smoking hot. That's me. My brains is at 0. My brawn is at 2. My charm is at 1. And my moxie is at 1. I have skills of physical fighting, water and fire magic at +2, and then a +1 in seduction, intimidation, and protection. My heroic trait is that he's overpowered. He's literally a god. His Achilles heel is that he's kind of directionless. He's difficulty getting things going or moving. And his personal crisis is that he has feelings for Oliver that seem impossible due to the fact that Oliver is mortal.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me. Oh, and then we have Maeve Dara Flame.
I am Marty's sister. And she looks like a fire genasi. She is also one of the gods of winter. And she's super tall, made of flame. And she has a +1 to brains, a +2 to brawn, a +0 to charm, a +2 to moxie. Her skills, for bows and gymnastics are +2. I can drive anything is a +1. Lockpicks are a +1, and gambling are also a +1. Her heroic trait is she's super resilient. Her Achilles heel is she's very quick to anger and jump in and get stuck in the details. Her personal crisis is I'm known for being a brawler, but what if I don't want to be? And she is French, so you will be hearing her talk like this.
Nice.
And then we also have Sadie Duca / Ann Jopling.
Hey everyone, I'm definitely Sadie Duca, not the ghost inside her body got isekai'd into an elf. I look kind of like Freerun. Gray hair, wide ears, not as cute as Freerun, but still pretty cute. I'm an elf. Brains of +1, bronze of +0, charm of +1, and moxie of +2. My skills are summoning and cheese making at +2. You know, cheese making, that classic elf skill. Also peasantry, classic elf. No, I'm actually an Elizabethan peasant, but Sadie does have deep pockets. And Anne can see the unseen. Those are my skills, +1s for peasantry, deep pockets, and seeing the unseen. My heroic trait, which means that I can use this 3 times per game to do a reroll, is that I'm resilient. They keep trying to kill me, but I just won't stay down. My Achilles heel, which I can use to give myself 2 extra D12 dice 3 times per game, is that I am reckless. It's almost like I feel like I can't die, and I just rush in. And my personal crisis, which means that if I remove a D12 and if I make progress, I can check off one of 3 tick marks and perhaps resolve this personal crisis by the end of the game, is that maybe I have no right to be here. Maybe I shouldn't still be here. Self-doubt. Okay, to give you guys some of the mechanics of the game a little bit, this is a shared game mastering game. There's no single game master. All 3 of us are game masters. We're going to describe obstacles, and then we're going to roll dice to overcome those obstacles. If we get a 1 on the D12 dice, that's a setback. We're going to have to put a tick mark next to one of our skills or stats, and if there's 2 tick marks next to it, we can't use it anymore. A 2 or a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or a 7, so 2 through 7 on the D12 is a blank. Nothing happens. An 8, 9, 10, or 11 on the D12 is a success. We can count those towards overcoming the obstacle. Obstacles have like 6 points that have to be overcome, or 12 for like the big bad, the final boss. And if we roll a 12 on that D12, that's a heroic success. It counts as 2 successes, and it explodes, which means we can choose to roll the dice again or not. If we don't roll the dice again, we can bank it and use it for one of our friends' rolls, in which case all things 1 through 11 are successes for that helping hand. A critical fail in this game is if there's more setbacks than successes on a roll, and that adds 4 points to an obstacle, or if it's already if it can't go 4 higher, or it reaches its max, that would create a new obstacle. If we have 0 successes, the player must narrate a villain cutscene, telling us maybe like what the villain was doing beforehand, or like some cool villain stuff, villain monologue, so that we get some insight into what they're doing. And then there are 3 more mechanics that I'll read to you, and then I'll stop talking. Just kidding, I still have my vocab stuff too. 3 more mechanics, and then you get to hear my vocab words. Push to the limit is 1 time per game you can go unconscious. It turns any 1 into a 12. But then your body's unconscious and your friends have to deal with that. So, needle drop is that you can name a song to turn a setback into a blank, or you can sing a song to turn a setback into a success. And healing, there's 3 ways to heal. Between acts, everybody's going to heal 1. The second way to heal is that anytime you roll 2 d12s, the person who rolled that can choose to give 1 healing point to any hero who's present in the scene. And the third way to heal is that anytime anyone does a one-liner that makes everyone crack up, everyone gets a healing. All right, now my vocab, and then I will be able to stop talking. Nope, just kidding. I'm about to play a TTRPG. Gonna have to talk a lot. All right, vocab words. These are my 10. Not that this is a drinking game, but I'm trying to learn Shakespeare vocabulary so that I can understand the plays better. And in the pursuit of that, I/Anne will be saying 10 things today. They are 1, but soft, which means slowly, like, but soft. What light from yonder window breaks means slowly. Light? Question mark. Anyway, 2, atomies, like atom, are miniature beings. 3 is stand close, means conceal yourself. 4 is tell the clock, means answer appropriately. 5 is yea, which, like yea, though I walk through the valley, is even. 6 is robustious, which means somebody is ranting, like me right now. 7 is prithee, and it means I entreat you, or I ask you. 8 is spleen. As we all know, spleens are the homes of the immune cells, and they're angry. That one's actually, it makes more sense. I mean, liver's pretty accurate, too. Liver means heart. They weren't that far off in their, like, organ meanings. Is liver... No, my friends are going a little bit off. No, the liver's not where, like, your brain lives and all your emotions and your love. Anyway, the spleen being anger, I get. I'm on board. 9, biddy is a hen, and out means angry instead of proud, which I think it should mean, like, out and proud. But no, out is another angry, more spleen for you. So
more spleen for you.
Yes. And this is my last game as Anne for the year, and I just want to say I'm starting to really understand Shakespeare vocab a bit more after having done 10 a game. So it's been a learning journey.
Yay.
Yeah. And I'm also supposed to tell you that the adventure begins with us in a blacksmith's workshop. This is Orr Goldbeard's workshop. It's a large room, loud with the sound of air being sucked up big fume hood tubes to the ceiling, crackling with fire in the furnaces. Logs of wood for burning in the furnaces are stacked against the back wall. Workbenches are covered with hammers, clamps, and tongs. There are several anvils and buckets of water. Who all's here?
I'm here. I'm here.
Who's that?
Did I already make everyone crack up?
We're fully healed.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Anne is here.
You looking extra healthy, girl.
Anne is here. Maeve?
Maeve is here.
Orr is here. Somebody should play Orr.
How are we going to do that?
I have a sheet pulled up.
Maeve is officially Orr.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to alternate. We'll have to, like, not everyone be talking during the scene and have... Yeah.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be like Good Society where we were just multiple people and we just rolled with it.
Yeah, we're all going to be Seth MacFarlane by the end of this.
Yeah. Mel Blanc. Yeah.
Yes. So Orr, for our listeners, is a dwarf. He's not a dwarf. He's a...
Yeah, he's a dwarf.
Yeah, he's a dwarf. I read that right. He's a dwarf. He's middle-aged. His voice accent is deep Scottish.
You got this. You can do French, you can do Scottish, you'd be so good at it. We're not going to offend anybody.
He's 4'3" tall. And he has a red hair with a red long beard, which I would assume has some kind of metal pieces in it, because he work with metal.
Heck yeah.
And his skin is fair and his eye color is green. And he usually wears a leather apron and loose-fitting cotton clothes, just so you can get him in your brain.
Is Oliver here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we've got our scene. Oh, and there's also like this person that's not a person. It's a metal body, right? And it's not complete. Maybe it's like the torso.
Yeah, it's on the workshop table.
Yeah. Okay, so the scene starts with me, Anne, being like, Prithee, or canst thou in thy Hephaestus forge, right? That's the Greek god, I don't know, yeah? Create a body for my soul?
Lassie, I can, but it might take longer. It's not simple, because, I mean, what are you putting in this body? I could make you like a statue. That's simple-ish.
I would ever so much like to move around and feel. May it have a spleen so I can feel anger?
So Aura's like banging away, and you say spleen and anger, and he just kind of stops and goes, I suppose I could put the feeling center in the spleen. That's a very interesting choice there, Lassie, for us to
just roll with
anger,
it. She's an old soul.
I am an old soul. It's true. And I feel that if I were... I have done what I came here to do in this body, as Sadie has really become quite brave and is now prepared to face her engagement to Hudson head on, applied directly to the head and shoulders.
Not a paid endorsement.
Darn, I was hoping to make you guys crack up. I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying. She is now able to take on the world, and I would like to leave her to it, and yay.
But preferably without dying.
Preferably without dying. And
That's
yay,
Oliver.
Find a... Oh, hello, Oliver. You're so cute. And yay, find a body of mine own.
Well, I suppose I could get to work here. I guess first I'm going to need... What kind of metal do you prefer?
I shall shrift. I do not know much about metal. Shrift means confess. I'm learning vocab words. That's not even on my list.
Hey.
It's for my brain.
I think she's less concerned with the metal and more that it has to have the spark of life to it. We're not looking for an automaton. We're looking for a true physical form, for a living being. And we're told that you're the only one who can help us with that.
Exactly. The fingers shall sense. The face shall feel hot and cold. All of it shall have the sensation of a real living form. I don't want to be Alphonse from Full Metal Alchemist, unable to taste food. The food here is wonderful. Do you know they have these things called potatoes? They're marvelous.
Potatoes are marvelous. Well, I suppose... And he, grabs a bin and brings it over to you and says, pick your metal. There's just stacks and stacks of metal. The right one will call to you. This is the way of metalsmithing. Listeners, this is not how you metalsmith. Please be smart about your metalsmithing activities. This has been a paid endorsement. Not really.
I reach in and I grab a metal that I pull it out, and clearly it's not enough for my whole body. And I'm like, I love this one. It calls to me, and I hand it to you.
Great choice. Well, I suppose, and he's like...
Oh, I can't see it. Describe it for me.
It's a yellow color, warm like the sun. Even though I shall dwell inside a metal form, I shall feel all of the feelings and thoughts and emotions of a living being with this body. I'm C3PO, by the way.
I was going to say you're C3PO. Yes, okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of like soft. So he gently puts it down and draws on like a scrap piece of paper the shape of a liver and begins pounding out the liver portion.
Yeah. Maybe 10 karat gold. I don't know.
Oh, sweet. I was going for copper. Heck yeah. I'll take it. Oh, no, I don't want to be made out of gold because people will cut me apart. Copper. Wait,
Okay,
that's
yes. You're going to end up green.
I
Yeah.
will wash. I shall bathe. I have learned to do so in this new world.
That's how you're going to end up green.
I shall oil myself with bodily oils, fragrant like the lavender.
Okay.
As he's pounding away,
Oh, this is the inciting incident. He's going to turn that furnace on and put some metal in there to melt and then...
yes, he flips the furnace on, and it roars to life, right? Furnaces are super loud, and it roars to life, and there's flame, and he's pumping it, and as he's just going, he's in the zone. He's got the liver formation. He's working his way through it, and you just hear from over by the side, I am, I guess, an expert in the flamey things, but that looks a little hot. It's Maeve, who's been distracted by all the shiny things, like a kitten touching things, and chasing little metal things across the floor. So helpfully calls out, and Or kind of looks up surprised and he goes, not to panic anyone, but perhaps we should make haste and exit before this thing blows up, because it does look super hot.
The furnace is out! Which makes no sense in modern English, but means angry in Elizabethan English. And I try to run out the front door as the flames lick the outside of the furnace, clearly not contained by their enclosure. And I make sure everybody else is coming out with me too. I'm like, out of the room. The furnace is out.
So do we need to roll here?
This is when I think as we run, we should explain to the listeners. We wrote this story. It's got a bunch of obstacles. And the one that's happening here is that unbeknownst to our characters, Alexander McJohn has messed with Orr's furnace because Alexander McJohn is a bit of a villainous. He steals recipes for alcohol, for example, rival of the family, the Goldbeard family. And so he has put something in the furnace that is going to mess with it. Maeve, being made out of flame and a spirit of summer, has noticed, but not quick enough. And so it's going to explode, and we're going to kind of be on our butts a little bit here as we run outside. So we just narrate that the furnace explodes and all of us are left, like the building comes down and all of us are left standing outside in the chaos and the whole town comes outside to look at it. Right. And
okay,
Oliver.
So as the flames are bursting forth like a dragon that's been unchained, everyone is running out. Maeve is sprinting. How fast is Oliver?
He's athletic.
Yeah, lifeguard.
So he's as Oliver runs, you get a little bit of I feel like, Marty, are you watching Oliver run out, or like are you double checking that Oliver's getting out?
Yes.
As he runs, you kind of hear over the background music of bow chicka wow wow, and it's like slow-mo running from the explosion.
Oh yes, yes, action movie.
Yes. And everything burns to the ground, and Orr falls to his knees in tears and yells out, "Who could have done this?"
As he is distracted, as the neighbors come in from their houses and go, oh, your blacksmith's workshop has burned down. Sadie's eyes glow green, and you can see a tendril latched onto her ear. She turns with her glowing green eyes. This is right? This is what we planned?
That Sadie? I didn't remember that part, but okay.
Am I doing this wrong?
I thought Orr's daughter was kidnapped.
Or doesn't have a daughter.
Clearly I'm misremembering this. We planned it a long time ago.
We did.
As you see the green thing, you hear,
Yeah, maybe that's one of the ideas we're throwing around.
Yeah, I think so.
Like she makes some kind of substance we need. I don't know.
Okay, let me explain. We don't have enough metal to finish Sadie's body. Sadie's body's also not been finished all the way, and the flame exploded because of Alexander McJohn, and now taking advantage of the chaos is... And then...
Ivy.
Sadie's eyes turn green, and she turns to face you, and I'm going to say that she rises up into the air on vines to overlook the situation, and she goes, ha, 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 ha. I love it when bad things happen to good people. And she starts vine whipping and controlling all the neighbors and stuff, the townsfolk.
Mm-hmm.
And we have entered...
Ivy, I choose you.
We have entered our first obstacle.
Does that count as a one-liner, though?
Yeah, we're fully healed. We're going to be so healed this game. Oh, man. Yeah, so Sadie's body, it's got long silver hair and wide elf ears. And inside her are several souls. But more importantly, none of them are in control right now. It's being controlled by Ivy Bud. Now we're all siblings, all three of us.
Yeah.
And she goes, why is she mad at you guys again?
Oh, she just wants to take over the world.
Okay. I just want to take over the world. And I'm going to start vine whipping you all. And you are the only ones in my way. And so we're at obstacle time. There's 6 obstacle things, points. So let's go Marty, then Maeve, then Ivy.
/
All right. So I have to do something to stop her.
Yeah.
All right. Great. I'm going first with the mechanics. Cool. So I'm just gonna aim a really intense sunbeam at that vine on your ear to try to shrivel it.
Ooh.
Okay. So I start off with 1 die to begin with.
Yes.
I add 2 die because this is fire magic. So we're up to 3.
Oh, is that a skill?
Yes, that's a skill.
All right. You also get your stat.
Oh, my stat, and this is probably mostly brawn, I'd say. We're fighting. So that's a +2, so I'm already up to 5 without even doing anything else.
Great.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to throw a sunbeam at that. Let me pull up a dice roller. All right, I'm rolling 12s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I got a 4, 4, 9, 4, 4. That's not good.
Well, the 9 is a success.
Yeah, with 4 failures.
No, it just means you got 1, and we have to get 6 to clear this.
Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, I got 1 point against the 6. So I throw a sunbeam at and not a whole lot happens. It looks a little wilted, but it wasn't a really good effort there.
And probably because in story, plants thrive on sunlight. So if anyone, she's the strongest against the summer spirits, you two.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. I would have thought it goes the other way.
Unless you use fire. You use sunlight.
Well, not just that. Each season kills the season before it. Oh. Summer kills spring. Okay. Fall kills summer. That's classically how that works.
Classic. Okay. Well, perhaps sunlight is your weakest attack against her?
Yes. I was trying not to hurt you.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
We are a violent pantheon of spirits.
Well, that's how it always worked in the Fae court. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like that. Because spring
works.
Melts winter. It makes sense. Fall coldens. Summer, is that what it's... Whatever. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maeve, go.
Okay. Maeve is going to shoot flame and start running closer to Ivy to punch her in the face. Because that's what she does, is punch things. So she's going to light a bow on fire, so that'll give her +2, because that's one of her skills. And this is bronze, so another 2, so I'm up to 4. Plus her Achilles... No, the Achilles heel doesn't add anything. So I'm up to 4.
4's good.
Cool.
Do you want to do maybe your personal relationship with Ivy?
Oh, yeah, she's your sister.
Ooh.
She's family and she's betrayed us. You're extra mad.
So I'm at 5. Maeve doesn't like her so much, she forgets that she's related to her on a regular basis. Or tries to. So that is... Ooh, nice. 9, 5, 11, 12, 7. So that is a
12.
success and a complete success.
A 12 can be your choice. If you choose to roll it again, you can roll it again. Or if you bank it, you can spend it on another player's turn in the future. And anything 1 to 11 will be a success if you do that, if you bank it now. Or you can re-roll it now.
I'm going to bank it.
Okay. Keep track of how many dice you have banked. And that's only for someone else's roll.
Mm-hmm. So as she lights her... Maeve, lights the arrow as she's pulling it out because, she's made of fire. And this is a practice skill of hers. And she aims and fires. So that would be the net successes. Do you know if we take the 12 out of the net successes if I'm banking it?
You've banked the explosion of the dice. It would roll twice. So you still get your 2 successes for your 12. Your heroic success. Yeah.
Okay, so then that would be 3 total successes.
You got a 12 and 1 other success?
11?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at 4 right now.
And it gets her in the thigh and starts to light her on fire.
Oh my god, you're shooting Sadie's body. I thought you were shooting the vine.
No, I thought I was shooting Ivy to try to...
Ivy's possessing Sadie.
Oh, she shoots
She's
the vine.
not physically here.
The vine is on fire. The vine is on fire, not Sadie.
Okay, the vine is on fire. What an expert shot to hit that thin vine. I say grateful that I don't have an arrow sprouting out of my thigh. Okay, all right, now it's my turn. I actually can't... I was looking at the rules a bit more. I can't roll as Ivy herself, I don't think. Or do I? I don't know. Do I? We'll think about that later. But right now, I forgot a thing, so we'll do that. Or is I know what to do. I don't judge. Whatever. I'm trying. I have this magnet. Before we met today, I had charged Anne's soul with this magnet. It's a positively charged so that I could bind it to the metal body. Perhaps I can force Anne's soul out of Sadie's body now, and that'll weaken and distract Ivy. And so he's going to try, because he's a dwarf. He's very brave. He's going to run up to Sadie's body, which has a vine coming out of her ear, to try to use the magnet to push Anne's soul out of the body, which might distract Ivy a bit, because having a soul ripped out of the body you're possessing might mess up your control over the body. Who knows? I'm going to roll just 1 dice, because Or's not a player character. It doesn't have any stats or skills. So that's a 4. Woo!
So, not a success. A failure.
Not a success. No, yep. And
then
now we
it's
should
Ivy's
look up
turn?
if the villains get turns. Do villains get turns? Or is it only
I didn't
players
see
roll?
anything about it there.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think villains get turns.
I don't think they get dice, but we could always roleplay what they're doing.
Right. Hey, we should say it's our first time playing this game.
We did.
We're just reminding everybody. I don't think villains roll. Maybe when you get a setback, we narrate what they do. So when we roll a 1, we describe what... So the villain can really act as often as you get a 1. I don't know.
Or a cutscene.
When do we do those?
When our successes and our
Right.
failures are even.
Yes.
Well, that's what I was saying for my role where I had 4 failures and 1 success. I'm like, I think that was one of those ones.
You had blanks, not failures.
Blanks? I thought they were
A 2
failures because
through
they
a
were
7
low.
is a blank.
Oh, only 1s are failures.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're back to the top of the round with Marty. There are only 2 obstacle points remaining. And then I can narrate this to you all. We designed this earlier. That
I pre-rolled my dice.
Okay, let me just give them the stakes. The stakes are that Ivy The scene could conclude with Ivy and Sadie is beaten in combat, and she's eventually pushed out of Sadie's body with a positive soul magnet, but Anne's connection to Sadie's body is also weak now, and she can't stay in here for long. We need a MacGuffin to complete the metal body ores making ASAP. And the worst possible thing is Ivy wins the battle and gets away with Sadie's body, leaving Anne as a ghost only mildly attachable to the inferior metal bodies she keeps getting kicked out of, and Sadie missing. So what is failure? How do we even get the worst possible thing mechanically?
We just keep failing, and then there was a rule thing where, like, if you fail so much, you can just be like, yeah, we failed. Or you could completely be like, how did we get out of this? And be like, we got out of it.
What's that cutoff? How do we know if we failed?
It was open to interpretation.
Okay, well, how about we did one round and we didn't do any we got through a whole round and we didn't succeed. So do you want to have the worst possible thing happen? Ivy scuttles off. So Or's using this magnet on her, right? And I failed. I got a 4, right? That's a blank. That's not a success. So I didn't get... Okay, so that means that I'm going to...
Well, we didn't...
Soul magnet's going to push Anne out of Sadie's body, and Ivy is gonna run off with Sadie's body, and now Anne gets shuffled into an inferior metal body that's lying on the ground because it got exploded out of the workshop, right? Okay, so I'm not in C-3PO. I'm again going back to Al from Full Metal Alchemist, a hollow metal knight's armor that could be worn by a soldier. But so I stand up off the ground. We failed, right? I stand up off the ground. The metal knight's armor clanks and jangles and rattles as I stand up, and I say, "Oh no!"
All right, what do we do now?
Ivy cackles and runs off, and does she grab Oliver as she runs off or not?
Are we making that a challenge?
It's up to you. It's a storytelling thing.
Sure, why not? Then I don't have to narrate him.
Okay. Sadie's elf body, now being controlled by Ivy with the earworm vine, grabs a few NPCs, which includes the lifeguard, Oliver, hauls him over her shoulder, Fireman Carey style, and is like, ha 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 ha, so many bodies. This one's attractive. Yoinks that one too. And runs away. And then a second explosion distracts us. We can't follow her because it looks like the whole village might burn down. Oh no, we have to contain the fire. We haven't done that yet. So because we're distracted doing that, she escapes. I am carrying buckets of water, clink, 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 and dumping them on the blacksmith shop. We've got a line of people passing buckets of water onto it.
Am I still here?
Yes.
Can I just spray water around?
Are you a water sprayer?
Yes, I have major control over fire and water magic.
I didn't know that. Sweet, narrate.
Oh, yes. I have the ability to control water, so I summon geysers of water from my hands and spray them around at the things that are burning, and there's a little bit of property damage from the water. That happens in firefighting. But I put out the fire before it consumes the village. Fantastic.
Who wants to narrate Act 2, Obstacle 2?
Well, you don't have a character to play, so I figured you'd do all the
I'm
narrating.
in armor. I have a character.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in an inferior metal body.
That's true.
Yay. And I'm going to send all of these obstacles to you guys so you can read them too.
Yeah. I think Act 2 we're supposed to collect the help of the other seasons, right?
Not yet. I just sent them in the chat so you can see. It's the one with the
horde.
Green. Yeah. Green text.
So as our heroes are standing there, drenching the workshop in water, or still having his little mental breakdown in the corner, he's back to mental break, like sorting through pieces of his workshop going, well, this is unfortunate for the business. Trying not to have a breakdown. More green vines have embedded themselves into the townsfolk, who turn on our heroes with their buckets and begin moving mindlessly in our direction, using their buckets as improvised weapons So our goal is to overcome the mind control or escape. Or I guess get beat up by buckets.
And we have 1 round. I like the time limit like that, because we each have to contribute 2 successes or we fail.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of failure. I like it. It's challenging. Okay. So that might be just us listeners, but I do like that there's 1 round for us to overcome. And maybe like 3 rounds for the big bad. Yeah. That's fair.
I think we are not doing these correctly, because otherwise there's still no, like, how are we collecting all these things where it invalidates our skills? Or
when we roll a 1, we get a setback, and that
only
is
when we roll a 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so who would like to go first? There's a horde of people being controlled by the vines that Ivy left behind. The horde is coming for us. I could start. I haven't done my skills and stuff yet. And I feel like cheese making would come in handy here.
Can you use 2 skills at once?
You can use 1 skill, 1 relationship, and 1 stat.
Gotcha.
Speaking of cheese making, this is a town with villagers and cheesemakers, and I see a bunch of curd hanging to dry because you have to. I actually learned cheese making to play Anne properly. I've been making cheese all year because I've been playing her. And so what you do is you get the milk warm and you add rennet and vinegar powder to it, and then you get those curds separated from the whey, get them in a cheesecloth, and get them to hang. So I see some hanging cheese from a person who was living on the 2nd story of one of these, old-timey houses. So they're doing it on their balcony. You got to get a lot of that environmental bacteria in your old-timey stinky cheese. Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that, friends. Okay, so this cheesemaker's doing it that way. And I see a bunch of pre-blue cheese curds hanging up there, and I say, oh no, the horde is coming at us. I don't want to actually injure them, because having just been controlled myself, I realize that they're not in control of their body. So I will try to snap them out of it. And what better to snap them out of it than smelling salts, aka blue cheese, baby blue cheese. And I'm going to try to, using my armor body, throw a piece of debris, like a chunk of the workshop, up to that hanging cheese curd. And with my knowledge of cheese making, splatter that cheese curd all over everybody below. It's going to be stinky. They're going to wake right up. That's my plan. So I'm going to use Moxie, because this is clearly not an intelligent choice. This is just me going with it. Cheese making. And my base 1 to roll 5d12. An 11 and an 11. Sweet. And a 5 and an 8. And a 6. That is 3 successes. The blue cheese is moderately decent at waking up people covered in stinky cheese curd. A good chunk of that horde is disgusted and in charge of their bodies.
Maeve turns to you, Marty, and goes, so how much do we want to return to this village? Because I have an idea for the rest of them, but if we are wanting to remain, how you say, friendlies, I might need to adjust.
I would stay friendly if possible.
And Maeve just lets out like the biggest sigh, and some like smoke rolls off of her, and she goes, fine. And she spots in the village a horse and carriage that is full of milk. It's a village. They have a dairy.
Absolutely. They have cheese. Evidence of dairy.
They have dairy. It's the milk delivery wagon with a horse. And she is going to drive it. So she's going to use her I can drive anything skill. And purposely tilt the car. So she's going to like jump on the horse in front of the cart, ride the horse, turn sharply, roll the cart so the milk spills out, so everyone who just got sprayed by cheese gets a face full of milk to try to wake them up.
A wet slap in the face. Yeah.
Hey. Nice. So she's going to use her I can drive anything, which is 1. I'm going to say this is Moxie because it's not a very smart plan. Which is +2, so we're at 3. Skills, and then and she thinks of the milk because of Anne's cheese making, so that gives her 4.
Aw, your relationship with me. And you have a base 1 dice.
So 5 total. a whole. Oh, no, wait. So she rolled 3 sevens, which are nothings, and then an 8 and a 9. So 2 successes.
Still no ones. We're not injured. All right.
Hey, so she hops onto the horse. It's a large Clydesdale because milk is heavy, liquid is heavy in buckets, y'all. And she goes, "Giddy up, the horse whose name I don't know," and kicks it on the side, rides it forward in that lumbering Clydesdale quickish way, turns him really sharp, and the cart straps break off the horse, and it goes rolling, and now all the villagers are covered in milk and stinky cheese, and another, like, half of the half that's left wake up.
That brings us to 5 out of 6. Marty, can you free us from this horde?
Yes. I am going to just go around and smack him in the face. Anybody who's still controlled. This is using physical fighting and brawn. And honestly, that's enough because we're already at 5 dice. I have them.
Is
What?
skill physical fighting and is... Okay, got it. Stat,
Yes.
brawn, skill, physical... Oh my gosh, you just punch people. Okay.
Yep. And I had pre-rolled these dice for the last turn when I thought we would have a round 2 with Ivy. But I have 4 successes.
Do you have any ones?
No.
All right, we're
I have a
still
12.
uninjured. Whoa, you have a 12. Would you like to explode that 12 or would you like to bank it for later?
I will bank it for later because I don't need it right now.
Describe the end of the scene.
I run around quickly, just cuffing people on the ear and giving them mild concussions with that little air blast, and snapping them out of Ivy's control.
As you're doing that, Maeve, like, stomps her foot off next to the horse and goes, "I thought we were staying friendly. That doesn't seem very friendly now, does it?"
It's just a love tap, he says as he hits another grunt. See, look, love. And we're healthier.
I can see why your family is dysfunctional, shouts the armor. Is this how you grew up?
Yes.
Oh, great. Can you guys all see the obstacle 3 image?
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to set that up?
I'll do it. I had it in here. Where was it? Okay. Obstacle 3. Location to be determined. I'll figure that out. We got Sadie, Maeve, Alib, and Marty. And after seeing how powerful Ivy has gotten with the Horde battle, the party decides that they need to recruit the other seasonal spirits. Something must be found. We need to convince the other seasons to join. Concludes with beginning the journey to Ivy's hideout for the final confrontation. And the worst outcome is the other seasonal spirits say no, and the party has to fight without the extra backup. And this is the one that we were talking about, how this is really like a multi-parter here because there's multiple cracks at this. We know where to find, well, I would assume all of them because they're our family. So there's Jack Frost and Frida Frost are the winter spirits. And then there's also the fall spirits that we don't, in the story, know a lot about yet, although theoretically, both Maeve and I already know them.
Yeah, I would say Jack and Frida could be one obstacle, right?
Okay, like do it together.
Yeah, because let's say Frida's ice cave is the setting. She's got a cool ice house.
Yeah, the castle.
The farm could be the next obstacle with the... Yeah. And maybe Jack and Frida can be at the same location for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Airplane wipe.
Airplane wipe? What is that?
Airplane wipe. Like when they have the little triangles that are like a wheel turning on a TV show.
Oh,
airplane wipe.
Like a Batman transition scene.
Okay. Just okay, we're just suddenly we're in the ice cave. We're not knocking on the front door.
Well, let's talk about it. So I'm like, my precious elf body is gone.
Your precious elf body?
I'm just I was preparing to leave it anyway, but now I'm only as powerful as a biddy. I'm not pretty anymore.
I think the armor's quite fetching.
But I can never stand close in this. I stand out so much.
It's
I
true.
mean, is your job to be sticky or is your job to, like, hit things? Because, like, if your job is to hit things, you kind of landed in the right kind of body.
Yeah, winning.
It's true. I try to hit something, right? And my hand falls off of the armor. No! I am
Yes.
still not strong.
Trope accomplished. Inferior metal body.
I rattle, and as I walk along, parts fall off. What can we do to get... Who was that? Who took my body?
Well, that was Ivy.
Ivy? Oh, I remember Ivy. She took control of a body previously in
Yeah.
the Wenches Road episode.
She took control of Frida.
She took control of Frida. That's right. Well, who is she and why is she taking bodies?
Well, that's a bit of a story. So, you know how Maeve and I are the spirits of summer, right?
Yes.
And every season has two elements, typically a man and a woman. Classically, the male spirit is the kinder side of that season. And then the female spirit embodies the strength, the raw power of that season or that element, right? So, like, I'm all, light and fun. Sorry, sis.
She's
And
shrugging.
Maeve over here is kind of a hothead, right? She's the wildfire. That's what she is, right? So for the spring spirits, Rowan is the essence of the cultivated garden, but Ivy is the essence of pure primordial chaos, the getting lost in the jungle, the poisonous plants that sting you and eat your corpse and all of that. So in keeping with her just basic nature of chaos, she's decided to upend the natural order of the flow of seasons from one to another and take over the world. She's trying to create an endless jungle that never cycles, never fades, never changes.
I see unbridled growth like a cancer.
Yes, she's been trying to do it for a long time.
Well, screw her. I want Sadie's body back. She's supposed to get married to Hudson.
The problem is we are almost invincible. I mean, Maeve, what do you think? Do we have any chance here?
I mean, I suppose we could probably put her on ice if we could convince Frida and Jack to help. But I mean, I will say, like, if she takes over the world, we could just, I don't know, raise it to the ground, start over. That's an option.
Female spirit. Got it. Yep.
We could just burn it all down.
I said it nicely, and I didn't go straight to the burning. I am improving. See, no?
It's remarkable self-control, yes. No, I think you're onto something. I think that would be a really good idea. I think it's probably best that we honestly try to get all of us together, right? If somebody's going to take down, one of our own, it's probably going to take all of us.
Yes, and we could, put her in so what does the mortals call it? The timeout.
That's actually fairly mild for you, but sure, yeah.
Well, it's either that or behead her, and like, you told me I need to be, well, not you, the other companions have said I need to be a little less murdery. A little.
Okay, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, we'll wing it. I'm not taking it off the table.
She rings the doorbell.
For Frida's castle?
For Frida's castle.
Okay.
Oh, no. This is the worst part of interacting with Frida.
This will be kind of fun. So, Maeve, let's let you do the talking here.
I want Marty to roleplay as Frida.
Really? I was going to say I would be Jack, but I mean, yeah, I can be Frida. That's fine. You can be Jack.
Oh, wait. Well, I'm kind of the B word when I play Frida. So yeah, I'm going to be Jack. I'm going to be nice.
Okay, I'll be Frida.
I'm going to be distractedly making miniature snowmen outside because somebody killed all of my previous miniature snowmen. Smushed them with a book.
Uh-huh.
It was me. It was me, listeners.
All right. So you ring the doorbell, and I suppose I'll answer. Hello? What do you want?
I am in need of this assistance. Ivy
Your
has
sisters.
we are not very close sisters.
Really more cousins, if anything.
That is true. And I come to nicely ask if, and like, Maeve is like, her flames keep kind of going up and down, up and down, up. And she's like, control. If you would come and help us beat her up together.
Beat who up? It is November. My season is just starting. You should be waiting your turn.
You get to beat, well, I suppose not the spirit of fall, but you get to beat up the spirit of summer, which stops your season anyways. Oh, no, wait, I'm the spirit of summer. The spirit of spring, which stops your season anyways.
Back up. What did Spring do?
Ivy is being a little bit of a pain, and she kidnapped one of my friends. See, I went on this little adventure, and I joined the Fire Being Kittens, which means I'm a part of a team now, yay! And can't just go out and kill things like I want to, or raise the world down, because I have self-control, and I am learning. And so she kidnapped one of my friends. We need to go get her so we can put her into a body, and if you don't help me or say yes, I will beat you up.
You can try. I've always been able to beat you.
And this is an obstacle. Woohoo, we have 6 obstacle points to overcome. How are we doing this? I'll start.
Wait, are you coming into this with Jack at all? What's going on?
Absolutely. Jack throws a snowball to diffuse the tension, and Anne claps her hands and says, "Oh, what cute little atomies you have here," and starts playing with the miniature snowmen. We are trying to be cheerful and playful and make you all get along because you have a very dysfunctional family. So I'm going to try to roll for Jack and Anne playing with snowmen.
Jack and Anne having a snowman battle while...
Okay, what kind of skills or attributes are you using here?
This is just Moxie and Peasantry. We're just having fun being rambunctious. So just 3 dice.
Are you also using the relationship that you have with any of the present people?
I put those down beforehand and none of them are present. So, so Moxie is +2 and Peasantry is +1 and I get a base dice of 1. So I'm just going to roll 4, which is pretty decent. Okay. And we're going to try to hit y'all with snowballs that are soft and fluffy and honestly not that cold. And just going to defuse the tension. I'm going to try to roll for Jack, hitting Frida square in the nose with a snowball. Oh, that's my first 1. And also a 10. No. And a 2 and another 1. Wow, when it rains, it snows.
All right, so what happens now?
I have 2 1s, so I have to put 2 check marks next to 2 of these skills. I'm going to put one of them next to Peasantry because you deserve it. And another one next to Moxie. They have to have been used. That means that if I get more... Actually, no, I'm going to put both of them in Peasantry and just take out Peasantry. Peasantry doesn't exist anymore. Because with the first one, it's S. I forget what that stands for, but it's like injured.
Strained.
Yeah. And with the second one, it's B, broken. So I have broken my Peasantry and I can't use it for anything unless I get healed. It takes 2 healing to move a thing from broken to strained. So I might just not heal that. Anyway, but my Moxie is uninhibited, which is good because that's my major one. Anyway, so I got 110 and that is 1 success that we need out of 6. I mostly just entertained myself and made you guys a little bit more upset with the snowball to the face.
Maeve just tackles.
So did we get any
Frida.
points here?
Yeah, we got 1. One success.
Okay.
Wasn't a strong...
Maeve. It was a cute snowball, but not a strong snowball. When the snowball hits Maeve, she just tackles Frida. That was the limit of her self-control.
All right, where we rolled?
I'm going to use Brawn, which is 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're rolling on the floor, which is kind of gymnastic-y, which gives me a total of 5.
Perfect.
So we have this scene of Anne and Jack just like playing and then cat fight, essentially. And
Do you want to use your Achilles heel, which you can use 3 times per game to add 2d12?
ooh, yes, I would like to add my Achilles heel. Thank you for remembering that. And it is... She is very quick to anger and jump in.
Hey, that works.
So she rolled a 2, which is nothing. And then 2 9s, which are 2 successes. 1, 2. So I should have had 6 in total, right?
Yeah, 2 more dice.
6, 7. An 11 and a 12.
Oh, wow. You have overcome this obstacle all by yourself. Check off that you used your Achilles heel once. You can only use it 3 times per game. And describe how you convince Frida to join our team.
As you and Jack are all playing, she tackles Frida, and they roll through the snow, and you hear snippets as they keep trying, like, Maeve grabs her and, like, shoves her in the snow and goes, "You need to help me or I will kill you." And then they, like, reverse and roll, and Frida's, like, trying to put her out in the snow.
No, you can't make me.
And then they roll again, and Maeve goes, "Well, I suppose I could just tie you up and take me with." And, like, this goes on for, like, 5 minutes. And then at the end, they finally sit there, and they're, like, tired. And Maeve goes, "So, it occurs to me that we are probably wasting time doing this. Do you want to come and, I'll convince the dwarf man to make you something pretty, and then we can beat up Ivy, because why are we beating each other up when we should beat up the one taking over the world?"
Well, of course. I was just waiting for you to ask properly. Coming in here demanding things. Oh.
Yeah, well, you know me. And then it's all fine. They're chill again.
And
Okay.
that concludes our first several obstacles. Do you guys want to go to break?
We can.
Yeah, it's a pretty fast game. Joining us for part 1 were Marty Flame.
Howdy.
And I was there as Anne. Hi. And Maeve, Terraflame.
Ta-ta for now. Listeners, if you have played this game before and would like to give us some feedback, you could leave us a review. Or if you're entertained by our antics, you could leave us a review. The fun thing about the reviews is we read them live on air. So, like this review from user 747, "I really enjoy listening to the podcast on my drive to work. I drive about an hour, so it takes me my drive out and back to get through a whole episode. Thank you, user 767. Bye.
Bye.
Today's mid-episode shout-out is, quote, "From all of us to our Musketeers coach, Andre, you're pushing us beyond our limits to achieve our goals. Your motivation is priceless." End quote. You can arrange for us to read your shout-out at firebreathingkittenpodcast.com. Did you know we have paperback, ebook, hardcover, and audiobook adaptations of our adventures on Amazon and Audible? Is there an episode of Fire Breathing Kittens that would make someone you know smile? Well, telling them about it would help us. Thanks.
Welcome back to Action 12 Cinema.
Yeah.
We're joined by Maeve
Bonjour.
and Marty.
Hello.
Who wants to tell us what happened last time?
I'll do it. So we were trying to make a new body for Sadie / Anne. And the workshop was attacked by Ivy and sabotaged. It actually turned out that she had planted one of her Ivy earworms in Sadie and controlled her to sabotage the forge and make it explode. There was a fight. We lost, unfortunately, and Ivy was able to escape while capturing Sadie's body and also capturing Oliver. She left behind a horde of mind-controlled people. We did manage to overcome them and free them from her hold and put out the fires. But she still has her hostages. We decided that we were going to try to get them back. We were able to find Anne a subpar body in a dilapidated suit of armor for now. It's not great, but it's for now. And we decided that we are going to need a lot of help to take down one of the spirits of the natural order. So we already have the 2 summer spirits here. We have secured the help of the winter spirits, and we are about to go talk to the fall spirits now.
Yeah. Where would we find these fall spirits?
So typically their dwelling or their home base is a farm that's well known to both myself and Maeve. So we can really just go, and the key is going to be getting them to come out now, especially during harvest season. They are quite busy.
Maeve has a solution for that.
What's your solution?
She's just gonna go start burning a field randomly. They'll show up.
That does sound likely. Do you want to read the obstacle page for this one?
Yes. Is it just the obstacle 3 with the
4?
4? Obstacle 4. There we go. All right. Location: farm. PCs: Sadie, Maeve, Marty, Jack and Frida. Fall spirits are there. And we are gonna go check out this farm. We're gonna try to convince them to have all the seasons represented, to go fight Ivy to put her into a timeout. Our obstacle is Death is intrigued by the chaos and needs to be convinced. Harvest is busy given the time of year, and we would need to figure out a way to make sure the harvest keeps going. Concludes with either we get the fall spirits or they say no and we have to fight without their help.
So if we fail this, we're just without the fall spirits' help?
Yes.
And if maybe we eliminate the need for Harvest to be there herself, like if someone else takes over the duties or if we burn down the field. Yeah. Got it. Who wants to start the scene?
I'm gonna say Maeve. If you're gonna start a fire.
Describe the field, the farm, the fire.
So this is a large farm, and it's kind of, I would imagine since it's harvest time, there's like apples growing in an orchard, there's a cornfield, they probably have a corn maze going on for funsies, there's a pumpkin patch, and Maeve just kind of goes over to the cornfield and just kind of whoosh sets the one corner on fire, and she kind of calls out, oh no, there is a fire, the harvest is going to be ruined. And hopefully they show up.
Let's see if they show up. Roll some dice.
Yes. So
what is this mechanic?
We're tackling the obstacle.
Okay, so we're starting the obstacle now. Okay.
Yes. So this is brains?
I don't know. You can argue for anything
I would
but
say
brawn.
You're starting fire.
Brawn. Okay. Brawn. So that's +2.
Anything aggressive seems like brawn to me.
Oh, I think it's physical. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Go with it.
I mean, she's physically beating up some corn stalks.
She's made of fire.
And then this is a gamble because this could also just get her butt kicked. And then this is her relationship with death, so that should give her 5. No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5. I can do math. Ooh, good roll. So the only non-success is... Oh, no, wait. I have a 2, a 10, 10, 9, 11. So that's 4 successes and 1 blank, which is a lot. So as she's burning, you can see kind of flying out of the fields the two figures approach us, and she's going to punt it to someone else and be like, see, they're coming. Do your thing.
Marty, these are your siblings. We have 4 towards the 6 that we need.
Okay. So, well, we're already like basically halfway there. Let me just see here. So I get the 1 right off the bat, and I'm going to use water magic, right? And I am going to use charm. So we're up to 4. And I'm going to draw on the relationship that I have with my sister here, because I'm very used to putting out her fires. And this is just kind of par the course. So I have 5 die. I am going to attempt to bring about some rain to match her fire, and just kind of lessen the issue here. All right, 5, 3, 7, 4, 4.
The 5, the 3, the 7, and the 4 are all between 2 and 7. They're all blank. So this means
They're all blank.
With 0 successes, we narrate a villain cutscene. What's Ivy up to right now?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I have a banked. Can I bring out the banked one?
For someone else's role.
Oh crap! I'll give that to you in a minute. Okay, if you need it. So we do a cutscene and we break away to see Ivy. She is in a stone room with a hole in the ceiling. There are vines creeping up and down the floor and the walls. Very reclaimed by nature kind of vibes here. And we see that Oliver and Sadie are bound by vines against the wall, and she is pacing the room and talking to herself about how all of her plans are coming together, how all she needs is for people to fall into her trap. The trap is set and the bait is in place, and now all she has to do is wait. She seems a little unhinged.
Can I take this opportunity to have a Hudson Sadie moment?
Yeah.
Hudson says from Sadie's mouth, because his soul is also trapped in her body. We're going to get that all sorted. Don't worry. Hudson says, I do declare, you've been taken captive, Sadie. This monstrous creature has vined us to the wall. No wonder you were afraid of being an adventurer. And you did this all the time? You were so brave, Sadie. And Sadie's like, I mean, this doesn't happen all the time. This is the first time I've been kidnapped. And Hudson's like, you're so brave. And he's like, they're talking to each other as they're held captive. They're basically like Mystery Science Theater 3000ing the life that they're sharing. Commenting, eating popcorn, rooting for certain people. Well,
yeah.
Thank you. I never thought of myself as brave before.
Yes, I must say, this may be your first time going through this experience, but you are weathering it so much better than I would have ever imagined. I suppose I never understood how strong you are.
Do you think that, and then they start like making fun of Ivy, do you think that she's really going to get away with this? I don't think she will. I mean, she's pissing off all of the other seasons. She can't make the whole year spring. It's ludicrous.
Well, we are in a movie. We know that good always wins.
Yeah, I wish we had popcorn right now to watch her go down. Probably in flames. This will be great. I wish I wasn't tied to a wall.
Every action movie always has the pyrotechnics. We can count on that.
Oh, it'll be exciting. Oh, Hudson, it's so nice watching this movie with you.
Absolutely. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
I like having a friend to go through this with. It's so much better than being alone. I mean, Anne is great, but gosh, you just make me smile.
I never want you to be alone again.
Aw, cute. That was a good villain cutscene.
All right, cut back to this. I have attempted to summon rain. However, all that happens is fire appears in the shape of rain falling, and we have just liquid fire in the sky at this point.
Okay, so I have one action to try to make this okay. I could go two ways with this. I could either summon something like rain, but I'm seeing now that Maeve, your flame is really strong. So honestly, I'm not going to summon anything. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to, let's see, I've got cheese making, summoning, seeing the unseen, and deep pockets. I'm going to try to see the unseen. I'm going to rationalize how the harvest being lost is part of life and try to get them to realize they don't have any work now. So I'm going to use my moxie. No, I'm going to use my charm. This is about charm. I'm going to try to speak to their hearts, and I'm going to try to see the unseen, and I'm going to try to see all of the past ghostly harvests that have all been successfully harvested, and all of the pantries full of beans and dried things and canned goods. And I'm going to say, Spirit of the harvest, says the empty armor suit, the fields honestly needed refreshing. Burning the fields in the fall is part of the changing of the seasons, isn't it? Do you really need to harvest every single time, or isn't rotating and letting the fields go fallow and putting nitrogen in the soil every now and then? Like if we take this charcoal and till it into the soil, won't that make for a better harvest next year? And that's my attempt, as I'm going to try to roll one for charm, one for seeing the unseen, coming up with a new tactic, and I'm going to try to I'll use my relationship with my parents. Yeah, I know. I'm going to try to go for... Oh, you're going to give me dice? Okay, good.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to give you a dice.
So
Wait, how many of you still need?
I would like to. I can use my...
Because they're automatic wins, right?
They are automatic wins. Okay, so I'll roll my 3, and I'll take dice from you guys after I apparently need them. Isn't it good to till this charcoal into the soil and enrich the harvest for next year? We've got plenty in the larder. Okay, so that's, an 11 and a 4 and a 5. So I have 1 success, and I just need a second success. Can I have 1 dice from you guys? It'll be a success when it rolls.
Yeah, I'll give you one of mine.
Okay, cool. I'll roll it
That
as
way
long
we
as
both still have 1.
Yes, you both still have 1. And I got 2 successes, 1 of my own and 1 of Maeve's helper dice. Yay, thank you. So that does make it successful as I try to rationalize with the spirit of death that death is cool. Charcoal is needed. Carbon is a cycle.
For Maeve helping you, she just kind of pulls her flame back and goes, see? Charcoal. See? Charcoal.
We start tilling it into the earth. And you don't have to harvest now this year.
At least it's not the corn. Or anything, since we burnt it all down. It's probably a good thing that you're a suit of armor, Anne, because, raining fire, probably not good for Sadie.
See, it's all upside. This body doesn't mind. It's just a bit, I feel warm in my soul. I'm like glowing hot. All right, do you want to play as Bounty, Marty? And do you want to play as Death, Mortimer, Maeve?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's not the voice. Well, no, God, what do grandmas sound like?
Think of pie and...
we can make her Southern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly know how to catch my attention. What are y'all doing up in here?
My friends, they tell me that... Well, okay. All right, I'll start at the beginning. Springtime is growing and growing and growing and budding and reviving, but it's not contained within its own season. It's trying to take over summer and fall and winter, too. But that's not good. As you know, all things must come to an end. To have only one season all year round, and I point to the winter spirits and the summer spirits, means that these get left out.
Well, that's just preposterous. No one has that kind of power.
They shouldn't have that kind of power.
And perhaps I'm still... Maeve, hold on. Howdy, y'all. And yet, if someone does have this... where is my southern accent? It exists.
Just be
You're
Mortimer.
French.
Speak like this. You are Mortimer, an aspect of death.
Mortimer now. Well, seeing as I'm an aspect of death, I probably shouldn't, let death stop with spring, because it's kind of like the whole antithesis to like my whole thing. So, I mean, I suppose, and you did kind of speed up the whole fall death thing for me, which thanks, by the way.
Oh, well, I suppose if everyone else is going, I have to go as well. Fine. This is more British. Okay. I suppose I better go as well then. I know. You'd think it would be easy, but here we are. And that's fine. I'm going to go too. Just let me get the pie out of the oven real quick. We're going to put it on the windowsill to cool, and off we go. All right? You just lead the way, hon.
Sweet potato pie. Oh, yeah, right. I can't eat anything because I am a suit of armor. What am I being so robustious about food for? I cannot taste it in this form.
We can always try, honey. Everybody needs some food.
I try. I put a piece of pie in my metal suit of armor mouth, and I chomp, 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 and I just make a mess.
Does it like tinkle on the way down?
Yeah. Tell the clock.
All your sides.
Yeah. Tell the clock. Did it work? And there's just pie smeared all over my face, and it's just like inside me, like rattling, like you can hear it smush, smush.
I think it worked beautifully. That pie looks eaten.
I can't taste it. Let's go. I'm on Team Seasons. Captain Seasons. Ring together. Let's go beat spring.
Should we go and see if we can convince Rowan to help us as well?
I suppose having the chiller side of spring could be helpful. I agree now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So where would spring...
Do.
Yeah, spring is on a different farm, which is somehow miraculously always in the spring. So that's where green, right?
It's a living forest between the farm and Ivy's hideout. Yeah.
Oh,
we
okay.
We pre-planned all this.
He's in a forest?
Yeah. So saith the pre-planning, because it's all green and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe there's like a meadow with like a garden in it in the forest. Yeah, that works.
Okay. And then we're not quite at the forest attacks us part. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we proceed towards Ivy's hideout to Rowan's meadow, right? It's in that direction.
Yeah. So let me just ask about the pacing. It says we have obstacles 5 and 6 left. And 6 is obviously like Ivy in her lair. It says that 5 is the living forest. It's sentient and it's trying to stop us. So is this like separate than Rowan?
Yes, I think that's after Rowan.
Okay. We're only 20 minutes into part 2. So we definitely have time to do 7 obstacles.
Yes,
right,
we're
so
adding obstacles. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to play Rowan?
Rowan could make us have to defeat the trees.
We're only 20 minutes in, so we need.
You're right.
More stuff
I was looking
do.
at time.
This whole game has been going very quickly.
It has. I think the pre-planning like smooths it too much, like a greased up water slide you fly out of halfway.
Yeah, that's why I said this game is kind of like already just doing the epilogue. It's like we're just telling a story.
Does Rowan have a sheet?
Yes, Rowan Budd. He is basically all you need to know. He's Indian, so good luck with that accent.
We offend everyone equally here.
He's very orderly. Like think like accountant. He's very OCD. He likes everything where it goes.
Okay.
And this one time he was like, Oliver, you're with Marty, a 5,000-year-old spirit of summer. How long do you think that's going to last? That's like literally a weekend for him. Your whole life will be. Yeah. So anyway, he's kind of a jerk. He judged the relationship.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we show up.
We show up. There is a glade in this forest, and there's a small house and manicured flower beds and a garden plot, and we see a small Indian man in green robes tending the plots, pulling out any stray weeds. And
Do you want to do Rowan or do you want me to do Rowan?
I was gonna have you do Rowan. It sounded like you were gonna do Rowan.
Okay. He stands up and he observes our party.
Oh, come on, give me the accent.
It's a posh Indian accent. And he goes,
we need more diverse casting.
We do, please. I'm so sorry. And he goes, well, now, how I see you are without your Oliver. I see how long that relationship lasted.
Holy cow. With the sick burns right away. I love it. I love it. It's perfect.
Well, you didn't waste any time, Rowan. How are you?
Well, as you can see, I am living in this glade and powerful as could be. So how can I assist you?
I need your help getting him back.
I mean, do you really though? Because will you remember him in like, okay, we're just gonna pretend this isn't an accent. Do you really, are you really gonna remember him?
I'm rooting for you. Practice makes better.
I remember him now. Are you going to remember how perfectly manicured these little plots are next year?
Maeve comes up behind you and just lights a hand on fire. It's like, we could make Z's a memory now. Oh, I'm talking to myself. He's just kind of standing there like, I mean, growth is part of the spring.
Yes, it is. However, you don't like the kind of growth that's happening. You're pulling out weeds right now, and that's what we're trying to do. You know that Ivy is unsatisfied with her role. She's decided to take the offense and destroy the natural order and make her reign supreme over all of us.
Should we roll? This feels kind of rolly. Sure.
Let's have some fun with this one. Let's try to be seductive here. So, and the Achilles heel can be used 3 times throughout the game to get more dice, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's okay. So Marty is going to do his best to be as charming as possible. He's going to do the arm thing, you know, like the lean in, like Rowan is standing near a wall and he's going to lean in and put that arm up on the wall behind him and just kind of heave his breathing. Right? Like that, yeah. And try to appeal to the emotion inside of him, you know, and say, I really need your help to get Oliver back. Don't you want to help me? And we're going to use charm, obviously. Actually, no. Yeah, I guess we have to use charm. And we're going to use seduction. That's a +1. And he is powering this by how much he wants to get Oliver back. So that's the relationship. And he is using his Achilles heel. He's really directionless and he needs the direction that comes from someone like Rowan to have a game plan to bring down Ivy. So I think I get 4 dice with this one. All right, 10, 4, 9, and 11. So I got 3 successes here.
Okay, were there any ones?
No.
Okay. 3
All right.
successes.
Somebody else's turn.
Oh, I would want to cut into your moment. I think that's going to have to be...
As he looks a little dazed and confused, and goes, and he kind of looks back at the weed patch that's popping through as we're talking, like the weeds are just continuously coming through. And he goes, well, now I see your point about the order. I have been picking weeds for so long. It would be nice to just let them die and be where they're supposed to be. And now I could, like, just slowly getting more flustered.
All right.
Do you have this?
I think you guys need to, and You guys can also choose to play other characters if you want. We have a lot here.
We do.
So whoever you think would help this situation.
Well, so first Maeve's player should roll, and then I'll play as someone other than.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, that was Rowan responding.
Got it.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Rowan responding, but like Maeve's character or whoever character you're planning on using for this turn should take their turn.
Okay. Do you want me to be Mortimer for a second? Be Death? Okay. You know, all things come to an end. To do anything otherwise is seasonous, which is pun on the word treason and season. We must fix this abomination. To make all things spring all year? That would be wrong. Okay, so Death is gonna try to convince, what's his name, Rowan, that it's right and orderly for the seasons to progress. So Death is gonna use Charm. Death doesn't have any stats.
I would just use your original character stats.
Okay, so I'm just gonna use Charm and my relationship. So that's 3 dice. Charm and my relationship with Spring. You know it to be true. Search inside yourself. A deviation from the natural order is a cancerous growth, like a weed that must be plucked out, even if it is your own sister. Gonna roll 3 dice. It's a 1 and an 8 and a 5. So that's 1 success. We're at 4. But I'm gonna.
Oh wait, I'm gonna give you one of my dice.
Okay, well I still have to mark Charm. Okay, all right. I'm gonna roll one of Marty's dice, it's literally always a success. So that's a second success. It's not a 12. I checked. So I scratched off my Charm, the S one, which made sense when you said it earlier, but I forgot it. What was it?
Strained.
My Charm is strained. If I take a second hit to my Charm, I won't be able to use it anymore because it'll be broken.
Does that clear the obstacle, or do we still need one more?
One more.
One more. Rowan is... Death is such the natural order of things. I mean, I suppose. So he's getting a little more confused. And Maeve says, and also, dear cousin, I would like to place a wager with you that I think you are too chicken to come along with us. And if, you happen to prove me wrong, I will come weed your garden beds for, I don't know, 100 years? What is 100 years to us? As you need them for your season. So she is using brains? Sure, brains. Because she's actually thinking ahead. And then she's also using gambling, which brings her up to 3. Oh, and she adds in and she goes, and I happen to know some very fancy kings who live in what you might call the Fey realm, and they might have some very interesting plants for you to grow next year, and they will only try to kill me just a little, so I could steal them for you as well, if you decide to prove me wrong. So she's also using her relationship with Echo and Sundew to convince this, so that gives her 4 total. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Oh, what happened?
Oh no.
What happened?
That would be a 1, a 2, and a 2.
Wow. There's more setbacks than successes. First off, let's attribute those 1s to some of the things that you use this time. You can put them both in one thing, which would eliminate it from being used again, but would keep your other things clean. Like I can't use peasantry again. Or you can split them up into 2 different things.
I'm going to put them both into gambling. So she can't gamble anymore. And then...
Okay. And now with a critical fail, we add 4 to the current obstacle. So it was... Yeah, we're going to fail. We're going to not get... Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and describe what happens as we don't convince him.
As Maeve starts with the bet... Rowan looks at her and just goes, gambling is not in the order of things. Why would I gamble? So, no.
Also, is this some kind of family intervention where we all decide to kill one of our siblings? What are you doing?
That is not in the order of things either.
I know we're a dysfunctional family, but offing our sister's weird.
And then he says, I also don't think that I really want to assist you, so... And he, like, hits one of the trees, and he goes, good luck getting through them.
Oh, he's the reason why it's a living forest. He animates them. Oh, dang. Good flow.
And the trees are going to start trying to stop us.
Obstacle 5, the living forest. The
So the
forest
trees-
is sentient and is attempting to stop the heroes from making it to the lair. Branches will swing. Tangles will trap legs. Pits will form. Weather over the forest will turn. Rock piles will fall on our heads. Either we succeed, and the heroes will stand looking at the lair, reveling in its terrifying beauty, ready for the final battle, or we will fail. The forest will win, and Ivy will fight us and have the forest to attack us during the final battle. And we can't have the assistance of any of the trapped people during the fight. We want to be in
Okay.
there so that Oliver can, like, break free and stuff.
So how do
Punch
we
with
want
us.
to try to get through this?
I think I should go first, because I'm going to summon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What am I going to summon? Termites. I'm going to summon termites and woodpeckers and
Okay.
beavers. I'm going to summon a lot of termites and woodpeckers and beavers. It's a very straightforward roll. I'm just rolling Moxie, which is, I think, the stat for other. I'm not
Is this
trying
like
to
that moment in
convince-
Shrek with the one princess? Ah!
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is a mechanic. We've suggested a soundtrack for this part.
Hey!
Hey, and you sang it, which means I can... All right, so if I get a setback now, it turns into a success. Sweet. I will roll my 5 dice for summoning and for Moxie and my base 1. A 5, a 4, an 8, a 6, and a 5th dice, a 10. So that's 2 successes. And no setbacks, so no worries. So 2 successes. All right, I started us off doing exactly my share of contribution. Let's get to 6. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Maeve, I know what you're gonna do. Just go ahead and do it.
Hey!
That's why I wanted to do it before it was on fire, because she's nodding.
yeah.
She understands. We all knew she was going
Yeah.
to burn it down. Termites are less effective when on fire.
So, surprising no one who's listened to any of Maeve's episodes. She's just going to set this forest on fire. And she just kind of goes, she like cracks her knuckles and does the Henry Cavill arm reload.
Yeah.
It's just like, burn, baby, burn. So this will be brawn plus a ranged. I don't think she really has any skills that apply here.
To throwing fire.
What are your skills?
Bows, gymnastics, I can drive anything, lockpicks, and gambling. That was not very smart of her creator there.
Yep. Okay.
Gymnastics. You could
Oh, she's gonna do a
Handspring?
cool flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere
fire
you
dancing.
touch. Yeah. You do like front flips, like 10 front flips in a row, and everywhere your hands and feet touch bursts into flame.
Yes, she's gonna like the Robin Hood in tights from Shrek. The flip, or no, El Gato, Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
She's gonna Puss in Boots fly through the air. That's gymnasticy. So she's at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Oh, nice. So it's a 3, a 5, a 7, which all mean nothing, and then a 10 and a 12. So I'm gonna go ahead and bank one of those 12s.
Or you could roll
the
it to
final.
make sure that we succeed. 12s can explode and you can roll them a second time. Because we're not quite done, right? Because you had how many successes? 12 counts as
2.
Right. And
So that'd be 3 total.
Right. So,
Don't
so
bother.
we've got 4 left in this. Roll the 12 again.
Wait, we have 4 left.
4 left.
Yeah, it's a
I thought you
challenge of
had 2
6,
and she had
I
2.
did 2. Well, that's what I'm asking. How many successes did you get just now? You got...
I rolled a 5, a 7, a 3, a 10, and a 12.
So the 10 and the 12
So
counts
that's
3
already 3. I
successes.
only need to get 1 successes. I only need to get 1.
Okay, so you're banking it? Okay.
Yeah, I'll bank it. Yep, so that's
Because you can use it on Marty's if the banked one. Got it. Smart.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now you'll have 2 banked and I have 1 banked?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you do a fire dance and set the whole place on fire, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I am going to come up and I actually put fire magic as one of my skills. So I am going to come and join your fire dance, and then we are going to, link our powers together using my relationship with you, and we are gonna what's Dragon Ball Z where they're like, yeah, like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, whatever that thing is, the people know. And we're going to make a giant fireball that carves a tunnel right through this place. I've got the fire magic +2, my base 1, brawn +2, so we're already at 5. We've got the relationship for 6. Well, I mean, we can't go past 5, but still, yeah, we're good. I got 5, 11, 9, 7, 11. So it's 3 successes. So I think we more than blast through this forest and have a charred tunnel to walk through directly to Ivy's castle.
Which is a great foreshadowing for what happens when one season tries to stand against the others. Take that, Rowan.
Especially against their dominant season.
That is true. Maeve is just laughing gleefully the whole time. She has not gotten to just burn stuff down in forever.
There's going to be a lot of burning things down right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we're mad. All right. So, do we approach the castle?
Yeah. I'll read it. Oh, there's nothing to read. Okay. I'll describe it. In the finale, the final face-off with the big bad in a world where spring has tried to conquer all of the other seasons are fighting back. You have Marty Flame and Maeve Dara Flame, the joyful, playful, and just right wrathful spirits of summer. You have Bounty and Mortimer, the spirits of fall. They'll finish with what they've started. You have an empty suit of armor.
So strong.
So strong.
So brave.
And like Elsa from Frozen, you have Frida and playful with his little snowman army, Jack Frost.
Hey, don't forget, he caused an avalanche.
He did. I mean, sometimes being playful and a little bit not capable is even more destructive than being... Anyway, the chickens are coming to roost in Action 12 Cinema. The big bad fight. We approach a deserted castle. The stones are crumbling. Ivy grows up the stones, and Ivy stands up in a tower. There are two prisoner bodies chained up in the tower with her. Oliver, the cute, light-hearted lifeguard, who looks down at Marty and knows that this is something way above his lifeguard pay grade. He's just a human. And here's the spirits fighting one another. Oh no. He can't handle Marty. And then there's Sadie and Hudson, and also Chad, inside Sadie's body.
And, Chad's here.
I forgot about Chad.
He's here. Oh, we'll get him a body. Maybe he can have the suit of armor. And they're like, please save us. My dear, just enjoy the show. I'm sure that they've got it locked down. Yeah, you're right, Hudson. It'll be fine. And then there's Ivy, looming above everyone. She sends out vines of green magic to control people, and one latches onto Sadie's head and one latches onto Oliver's head, and she's like, be quiet. I shall control you and all of the seasons too. It's the final showdown.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
It's the final showdown.
I think everybody gets healed now.
Yeah. Charm is back to full. Okay. So, yes, that's right. That was a mechanic. We have 12 obstacle points to overcome. Who wants to start? I think we should have, what do you think, 1 round or 2?
Definitely not 1.
2?
Yeah,
3?
2. I mean, it seems like 1 gives us an even chance of getting through, maybe.
Yeah, so 2 rounds then. 1 for each
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Well, and that
Okay.
makes sense because there's also, we have other characters to play too.
Yeah. Yeah, we need 2 rounds so everybody can do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we're in the tower.
We're at
Okay.
the base of the tower. Yeah.
We're at the base of the tower. So I'm kind of improvising the character sheets here because I'm doing other characters here. Let's
Just use your own stats, I think, because then the consequences carry over.
I'm just thinking in terms like it's not fire magic, it's ice magic, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, let's have Frida freeze over the moat so we can cross.
Ooh.
So ice magic +2. I mean, this is her main magical ability, so I put that under Brawn. It's how she attacks things. So I would give her a 5 for freezing a moat. 3, 12, 1, 4, 4.
Ooh, a 1. Okay, so the 1 means you have to tick one of your skills that you used in this, either your stat or your skill.
Yeah. We'll do the ice magic. And then we get 2, and there's 1 banked for the future.
This kind of
Towards
is the
this.
final showdown, so you can...
Well, can I use it? Oh, can I explode it and use it again now?
Yeah.
And it's still an automatic win, right?
No.
But it might be another 12.
If it's banked, it's an automatic win for later. You're right.
Yeah,
see
because
the
I can give it
advantage
to you
of-
next turn.
Yeah. Huh, there's
Okay.
no reason not to bank it. Huh.
Yeah, so let's do two for this now, and then somebody else do something.
There's a locked door at the bottom of the tower. And so Mortimer is going to run up and use the powers of
Of death, just corrode through it.
death to undo the lock. And so the lock opens. So I'm going to be using Brawn, which is +2, and then lock picks.
It came in handy.
It did, and totally didn't need fire powers at all. So that gives me 4. And Maeve is cheering from behind. You go, Mortimer. Unlock that lock with your thing so I can burn it. You go, Mortimer. Unlock that thing so I can burn the whole place down. So that gives us a total of 5.
That's the other thing I found in this game. It's very easy to get 5 dice.
Yeah. The rules say you should be rolling 5 every time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a 2, 2, 4, 9, 11. So 2 successes. The door lock decays away and it's kicked open.
Okay.
The door is kicked open. Honestly, I'm a suit of armor. I'm fighting alongside the spirits of seasons. I'm originally an Elizabethan peasant. I'm feeling a bit of a personal crisis. Like maybe I have no right to be here. Maybe in this world of epic gods and magic, and I've come a long way, but this is very far from a cheese-making peasant beginning. So I'm going to remove one of my d12s. If I still get a progress on this roll, then I can check off 1 tick on my personal crisis that I do feel like I belong to be here. And I'm choosing to do this kind of because I know that you guys can give me an automatic success dice. So it seems like the right time to have a personal crisis. Just in a metagaming sense, which I'm sure I've just made several people hate me by saying that. But whatever, it seems appropriate that I would feel that in this moment, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
And you're right. We each have 2 dice we can give you.
So I'm going to use my relationship with Portia Minimon, where she was really rude to me in the body of Sadie. And she was trying to point out that Sadie doesn't belong with Hudson. And as Anne, I was like, wow, I'm like a fourth wheel. Here's girl 1, guy Guy 2, girl 3, and I'm 4, and I'm just in here like I don't belong at all. And it reminded me of here's all these siblings. They're just arguing about seasons and who gets to progress the weather. And I'm just always a fourth wheel. I'm always here. But I'm resilient. You know what? I'm going to continue to be here, and I'm going to find my place, and I'm going to find my people. So I'm going to give myself a reroll as I try to... Oh, what am I doing with this door? I'm just going to try to enter the castle, which is going to
lead the charge.
Yeah, I'm going to charge in. I'm going to use my moxie and just run in. And it's just going to take 2 moxie dice minus 1 because I'm unsure, plus 1 Portia Minimum dice. So I'm back up to 2. And I'll give myself a reroll. So I'm allocating that now. So here's my 2 dice. A 6 and a 3. No, that's a 9 and a 3. There's a dot on the bottom. So I'll reroll that 3, and I got a 2. So that's 1 success is a 9. So I do overcome my personal crisis as behind me, all of you follow. And I'm like, look at that. I charged successfully. And
I'm
then
going to give you
guys...
2 more successes.
Thanks. I'll roll those just in case they're a 12. They were not a 12. So that's 3 successes total. 1, 2, 3. We're at 7 out of 12. And we have 1 more round.
Okay. I think it is back up to me. We've used Mortimer. Okay. I already used Frida, so I guess I'll use my own character. I am going to use brute fighting. I assume there are guards as we run up these stairs. And I am not in the feeling of holding back at this point. So I'm using brawn. I'm using physical fighting. And I am just running up this spiral staircase, just tossing the guards that I encounter out into the abyss in the center of this tower to crash down to the floor below.
The guards should be people made of rose bushes.
Yeah.
As they are, yes.
Yes. I like it. It's got thorns.
All right. 4, 8, 5, 10, 3. So I think I added 2.
The 8 and the 10. Yeah.
So we are up to 9. All right. We hanging in there.
I think Oliver's got to make an appearance. Yeah.
Oliver's all tied up.
Yeah, I don't
isn't
think he can yet.
Well, he's got to say something, right? For our evil plan to work, right? He's got to demonstrate the values.
Does he have to demonstrate them?
Yeah.
I thought he just embodied them.
Whoa.
I mean, I guess he can... Huh?
Whoa, okay.
Well, okay.
I'll just
when we
embody
get to
the
that...
spirit of a billionaire, too. How's that?
Manifest. Well, when we get to that point, I'll have you... You can voice him. You tell us what he does or what he says.
Right. Okay. First Maeve's player, and then I'll think of something for Oliver to say that makes him worthy.
Maeve's cackling as she fires up behind, and she's going to heroically bust through the door. So bust through the final door with a bang of flame, obviously. So she's going to be using brawn, which is +2. And then her gymnastics, because she's ninja kicking the door. So that gives her 4 +, so that gives her 5. And that's 9, 3, 5, 5, 8. So 2 successes.
Ooh, 11. I just need 1 then. Okay.
Yeah. And then do you want to be Jack or Bounty? I think that's all we have left for this one.
Me? I'm going to be Oliver.
Right now?
Ooh.
Yes.
Wait, no, I thought of an idea.
Me too. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, do yours.
Well, he's just going to be a sad puppy. Okay. You can still do yours. Okay. But he's just going to look at the spirit of spring, and he's going to have a tear roll down his cheek as in his head he thinks to himself, that's the spirit of spring? Because you're all calling her the spirit of spring as you run in and you're spring can't take over the other seasons, et cetera, yelling in combat. And he realizes that the person who took him captive, this person is the spirit of spring, and it clashes with what he imagined the spirit of spring to be embodied by. What spirit of spring is supposed to be? It's supposed to be joyful chaos, discovery, getting lost in the jungle and finding new flowers that glow in the dark. That kind of thing, not the sort of chaos that Ivy has. There's a moment where he looks at Spring and he thinks to himself, that just feels not like what I thought it would be. And a tear rolls down his cheek.
It's so sad.
Now do your thing.
Oh, it required a turn. I mean,
Go for it. Finish this off.
I was gonna say, okay, I can do it. So we need one more. We're gonna have Bounty harvest all of these plants, right? So let me figure out how we're gonna. She has a base one. We use her brawn; it's her main ability, and I mean she has Earth magic. Okay, she has 5 dice. Do I get at least one? Let me just see here. 3, 11, 2, 2, 6.
Hey.
Barely. Okay. All right. So, Bounty uses her magic to harvest the plants into their fully ripened form. They wither and turn brittle and brown and fall to the ground with bulging fruits splattering onto the floor. You see that Sadie and Oliver, their feet hit the ground as they are suddenly freed from their bonds. Ivy turns to the party in the doorway and picks up a spear that's fashioned out of a giant thorn. She says, "Your time here has come to an end." And you see a green glow glinting on the poison tip as she throws it towards, I don't know, towards somebody.
Towards Marty.
Sure, towards Marty. And Oliver dives in the way, and the spear pierces him through the chest. How's that? Worthy?
Oh, no.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. Right?
Oh, Oliver.
He collapses to the floor. Somebody has to. You already said you wanted to play him. You're playing him now.
I look up at you, Marty, and I say, it's okay. It was going to happen to me soon anyway.
It can't happen like this. You were supposed to be old and wrinkly.
Now you don't have to see that. I'm always beautiful in your memory.
But I wanted to see it.
I wanted to see it too. I wanted to be with you for all that time. But that's not what happened. Maeve's players.
And then what happens?
What?
Ah.
Yeah, you okay there?
Keep going. I don't want it.
It's okay if you forget me, Marty. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as this happens, we notice that the spear point, which was always glowing a sickly green, starts to glow brighter and brighter. And as we watch, it seems to just eject itself slowly out of his body. The green becomes less of a like poisonous ichor and more of the green of vitality. The wound seems to seal behind itself. And as we watch, Ivy starts to moan in the background. She starts to shrivel.
I'm melting. Why?
She ages rapidly before our eyes, her skin drawing in, her muscles shrinking, her corpse desiccating.
You are mine. She clutches at the green tendrils that are flowing out of her.
Yes, her hair grows longer and longer, stark white. It's 20 feet long, pooling around her feet as the 5,000 years catch up to her.
This was supposed to be all mine. All mine.
And as the last light fades from her, everyone looks at Marty, who now has glowing green eyes.
Oliver.
Yeah, sorry, Oliver. That one.
And Maeve hits her corpse for good measure and just kind of goes, "What? I want to make sure she's dead."
Double tap.
Burn it. It's dry.
Yeah. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it.
Burn it all to the ground. Well, that worked out Very nicely.
Oliver pats the place where the wound was, and his eyes glowing green, he looks up at Marty and he says, why?
Why what?
Why am I alive? Why am I feel springy?
It's a movie. The good guys always win.
But why me?
Why not? When life gives you a blessing, you don't ask why. None of us did.
And he kisses you.
He kisses him back.
Aw.
He says, you're still not going to get old now.
That's okay. I didn't really want to see it. I was lying.
Jump cut. Airplane. We're having
To where?
And we're all back at the Frida Frost's castle, and we're having the biggest party this pantheon has ever seen.
Oh, I'm C-3PO.
I would say, wait
Yes.
a second. We skipped something.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh wait.
Back to the forge.
No.
We can introduce ourselves in the party with our new forged bodies. Let's just skip the hammering.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I walk in. I'm C-3PO with hair.
What color's the
Hey.
hair?
Of course, it's the rest of the body. Oh, it's just like,
Oh, it's still copper. Copper
Yeah.
wire.
yes. It's honestly like a solid, like there's in Futurama, there's all these robots that are actors, and one of them has like a bob hair, like metal piece on the head. It's solid.
Yeah.
It doesn't flow. I don't care. And I'm like, but I have like a hair piece. And Chad is there, and Hudson and Sadie are there in their own bodies. We have resolved all of this because when you have the spirits of the seasons around, you guys are basically gods. We just are like, yeah. When you get together, you can do anything. And yeah, I am drinking a what is it? A fall themed drink, a hot cider
Mm-hmm.
with a little bit of alcohol in it, and I can taste it. Oh,
Hey.
it's delicious.
What's Sadie doing?
Oh, she's bright red because Hudson's holding her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and he's a lot taller than she remembered.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. When they were in the same body, it was like she forgot. Oh yeah, he's actually like really attractive. Oh,
Did they give Chad the suit of armor?
Chad is there in the clunky suit of armor. He reaches for an hors d'oeuvre and his hand falls off.
Yeah. Then what's going on with Maeve?
Maeve is slowly melting ice sculptures to make them look funny and to make fun of Frida just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
causing problems.
absolutely. And Oliver and Marty, should we end with them?
Yeah, they walk into the party holding hands, and for the first time ever, they can both just hold their head high because they know that they belong.
Aww. Oh, and it's so cute. And it's a good ending. Well, gosh,
And the
we
credits, the credits roll.
The credits roll. Joining us for this adventure were Marty Flame,
Hi.
Maeve Dara Flame,
Bye.
and Chad, Hudson, Sadie, and Anne. Goodbye.
Hey.